Something big just happened behind the scenes at Massive Entertainment, and if you care about the future of the division, this is one of those moments you don't ignore. Because while Ubisoft is telling everyone don't worry, the timing, the restructuring, and this departure all raise some very real questions. Following Ubisoft's recent restructuring and the layoff of 55 employees across the Division developers and the Stockholm studio, Massive has now confirmed that Julian Gerighty, the executive producer of the Division franchise, is officially leaving the company. He's heading to Battlefield Studios. And yeah, that's a massive shift. Massive released a statement saying they'll miss him, but his mark will live on at the studio. They emphasize that the teams who built the Division alongside Julian are still there and remain fully committed to the future of the Division 2. The Division 2 Survivors, the Division Resurgence, and the Division 3. The message is clear on the surface. Nothing to see here, everything is fine, move along. Ubisoft echoed that same sentiment directly to fans, saying not to worry about Gerighty leaving and reassuring everyone that development plans remain unchanged. Ambitious. Unchanged. Those are strong words, especially given everything happening internally right now. Julian himself handled the exit with class. In his own words, he said it was time to hang up his go bag, though he's keeping the watch as he heads off on another grand adventure. He went on to say that the Division's future burns bright and that he can't wait for players to see what the teams have been working on. Long live the Division, and Godspeed. And here's where the weight of this really hits. Julian Gerighty wasn't just another producer. He co-directed The Division and The Division 2. He served as creative director on Star Wars Outlaws. In 2023, he was promoted to executive producer, overseeing the entire Division franchise. Under his leadership, The Division Heartland was canceled, refocusing the franchise toward its long-term future. And not long ago, he described The Division 3 as shaping up to be a monster. So when someone that deeply tied to the DNA of a franchise leaves during a restructuring phase, it naturally raises eyebrows, especially when The Division 3 is still in development and positioned as the next major evolution of the series. What makes this even more interesting is where he's going. Battlefield Studios, a studio riding high after the massive success of Battlefield 6, which became the #1 best-selling game in the US through November last year. Even with Season 2 recently delayed to mid-February, Battlefield is clearly a priority franchise right now. It's not yet clear what Julian's role will be over there, but you don't move someone like that without a plan. So here's the real question. Does Julian leaving change the trajectory of the Division 3 in any meaningful way? Or is the foundation already so solid that his influence will continue to be felt long after his departure? Are Ubisoft and Massive genuinely in a strong position, or is this another sign of deeper shifts happening behind closed doors? And as players, how do you feel about this timing? Does this make you more cautious about the Division's future, or does it actually give you confidence knowing the franchise is big enough to survive leadership changes? And what does it mean when one of the key architects of the Division heads over to one of Ubisoft's biggest competitors? There's no doubt Julian Gerighty's legacy is baked into this franchise. Once an agent, always an agent. But the road ahead for the Division is about to be walked without him at the helm, and that makes the next reveals, updates, and showcases more important than ever. If you want to stay on top of everything happening with the Division, Ubisoft, and the future of looter shooters as a whole, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because trust me, this story is far from over.